We're doing it from this side because I didn't like the lighting on this side. All right. All right. I'm back. All right. I had a really long and stressful Memorial Day weekend. But today is my birthday, and I figured I could take this opportunity to talk about a topic that I've wanted to talk about for a while now. Now, between the fact that I brought a phone on 6% to do this video, and the fact that my car is slowly melting me to a crisp as I keep it off and keep my AC off. We're gonna keep this video short, but so I'll just get to the point. So I'm young, okay? But I'm young, so it's my birthday. I had a bit of nostalgia today. I got a little bored. Well, I got bored at work, okay, and I started kind of reflecting, as you do, when there's nothing better to do at work. And I started to reminisce on my childhood and kind of the ways in which I viewed the world. And I realized that I'm going to have these same kind of thoughts most likely at the moment before my death, all right? Now, I'm a Christian, so I do believe in the afterlife. But the idea still stands that someday I will be departed from this world. I will have no other contact to this world. I will leave all my loved ones and everything worldly behind into the afterlife. So the idea of memento mori, meaning someday you will die. And I guess my goal for before I die is to leave a mark of some sort in this world, all right? I don't know how big of a mark I will be able to create. But the bigger the better. And I want to I guess help people. That's part of what this YouTube thing is. I'm writing a book right now, which is taking up a majority of my time. I'm very critical critical of myself, so it's obviously taking a lot longer than it should. And that's part of it, or that's part of the mark I want to leave. I'm just looking for ways to leave a mark. And I think we all should, I think that should be an ultimate goal of all of us, is to dedicate to some kind of life work that will outlive us and will leave a positive mark in your place. So continuing on the topic of memento mori, you you have very little time. There is a meditation in Marcus Aurelius's book where um he says think of, I forget how it goes. I think it starts with matter. It goes, think of matter, how small your share of it. Think of time, how fleeting your allotment. Think of fate, how small a role you play in it. And it's true. You take up such a small portion of the world. You live in such a finite frame in all of human history. Your actions, while they will make an impact in the grand scheme of things, you will be forgotten. I'm sorry. I had a little chest burp there. But in the grand scheme of things, you will be forgotten. And I think it's important to really value as much time as we can. And that sounds so basic, that sounds so cliche, but you can't drill it in enough. You really can't. You can't get it through people's heads. In one of Ryan Holiday's interviews, his guest made a point that I thought was very interesting. He said that the idea of memento mori memento mori is a lot like when you were speeding on the road and you zoom past a cop, right? Your initial reaction is to slow down, to take things easy, to be more conscious, and after a ways down the road, you're back up to the same speed you're at. And a lot of people will hear this message of use your time wisely, your life is short, whatnot, and they'll think, wow, yeah, that's true. I really should start considering how I'm using my time, who I'm spending it with, etc. And the next day they forget it, and they're back to worrying about things that don't matter, and they're back to watching and doing activities that they don't particularly enjoy. And it's wasteful. It's ignorant, right? If there's one thing that you should be reflecting on daily, it's the fact that you're gonna leave this world one day. And like I said, you should be striving to meet that accordingly. A lot of people are going to take this message and they're going to say, well, if I'm going to die and if my mark isn't going to be some crazy overbearing thing, why don't I go out tonight and get wasted and whatnot? And the answer to that is, frankly, there's two options. All right, there are two options when you go to sleep tonight. One is you die in your sleep and you don't wake up tomorrow, and anything that you did throughout the course of your life is finalized. There's no making amends with the people you love. There's none of that. That's why I never try to end a conversation with somebody I love in an argument. I always try to resolve it, because there's that chance that you won't wake up, and that's finalized. The second probability is that you will wake up tomorrow. So if you spent the whole night drinking and you wake up with a hangover, guess what? Your tomorrow is not only is it horrible, and you have to deal with your consequences, but now you've just wasted another day of your life because you spent the whole day trying to get over this hangover. Just things to think about. You're either going to die or you're going to wake up, and you have to plan accordingly for both. So no, this is not a call to quit your job and get hammered and just live like there's no tomorrows. It's a lot deeper than that, okay? It's a lot more complex than that. There's a Stoic idea that your every day is another life, and that when you go to sleep tonight, your day was one life completed. So you should live every day as if it's one life. And if you wake up tomorrow, it's a gift. It's a gift. You're not guaranteed tomorrow, and you're not owed tomorrow, okay? And God's going to do what God does, and it is not in your authority to think you deserve otherwise. So, like I said, do not spend your time doing things you don't enjoy. Don't end conversations with loved ones on a negative note. Don't allow people to steal your time. Listen, you wouldn't let somebody go in your wallet and take money out of your wallet, but you will let people take your time. This modern world, everyone is jumping to take every last second of your time that they can. I shouldn't even have to explain it because it's everywhere. Think of the ads on YouTube. Think of TikTok, the way TikTok is set up, and the algorithms and all that stuff to keep you on their platform because they make money off it. Everybody wants your time. Your time is far more valuable than your money. Your time is everything. There is no riches, there is no money, there is no pleasure, there is no life without time. Okay? So, like I said, you wouldn't let somebody reach in your wallet and take your money from your wallet, but people, we are letting anybody take our time, and we have no problem with it. And there is no inner disgust or shame in ourselves when we let people take our time, and that is a problem. So, like I said, do not treat Memento Mori like the cop that you just zoomed by and now you want to crank back up the speed. This is not going to wait. Time is not going to wait for you. Time is not going to wait for you. And furthermore, time is not going to wait for your loved ones. Time is not going to wait for your friends or your coworkers or whoever. Everyone is ticking down, okay? Oh, that man is cruising. Speaking of zooming past the cop, guy was on the move. Time is not going to wait for anyone. So stop making conflict where there doesn't need to be conflict. Stop saying stop getting in little like meaningless debates and digging and trying to throw out the most inappropriate and hurtful things to say to people, because they might not wake up tomorrow and that might be the last thing that they think about, is that argument that you guys had and what you said to them. And guys, it's really hard for people to think of one another these days, but I beg of you to consider these words. I don't want to lose I'm sorry. I don't want to lose this video, so I'm gonna try to wrap it up before my phone dies on me and I lose everything. But that's the premise of what I wanted to say, okay? And maybe I'll make a second one and ramble some more. But yeah. And there's another birthday message that just popped up on my phone. Alright, so yeah. Memento mori. Some air in here. Guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.